Hello everybody, how's it going? I realized I did a bad job about just like, promoting this. But it's hard. I just had to make sure I didn't have any last minute things come up. So hopefully people will start filing in, considering I gave everyone like a 5-minute notice. That one's on me. I just had to make sure I got everything done today that I needed to. Could you up the volume? I'm assuming you're talking about my mic, so just gonna boost myself up a little bit, and hopefully that's good. It's really figuring out the mic situation is becoming more and more difficult. Oops, that's not right. But let's see who we got so far. Alan Animations, yo, what's up? I'm doing pretty good. We're gonna finish this today. I hope. The only thing we have left to do is a background, so we should be able to finish this within an hour or so. And then maybe give it a few more tweaks, because I do still need to do rim lighting. I'm realizing I didn't get to that yet. Bonita Throckmorton, hello, how are you doing? I'm doing good, how are you? Could you up the volume? Is it still good? Is the volume good? Because I really don't know how to check that other than... Alright, at least on my end, it appears to be good. So, what we're gonna do, and what my brilliant plan was, if I could find it, is to have like a split kind of background. So, everywhere where the smoke is gonna be buildings that are like put together, and then everything outside of the smoke up here is going to be dilapidated. Or vice versa, I haven't decided yet. So I'm going to create this dividing line. In fact, I'm actually going to get rid of CatNap as a whole. To here. Those will be the flats. This will be the... What are you? You're the line art. This will be rendering. And I guess, all of this is line art. Jeez, that is a lot of layers for lines. Alright, so then we can hide these. Wow, that is a lot that is just not filled in stone-wise. That's okay, we don't need it because it's going to be covered by the CatNap. Right now, we just need to focus on this background. Oops, wrong window. And what I have my screen pulled up next to me. I actually have my gaming channel's what's it called? Playthrough of Lies of P, which is what I'm basing this off of. And so I'm kind of going to use that as a reference of what the building should look like. And the screen has gone black. Alright, so a lot of windows, lots of ledges, a lot of stony looking buildings, it looks like. Alright, so might as well just start sketching. Can't wait, it's good, the volume's fine. Okay, that's good to know. Hello, Mr. KyngPin. Hello, awesome JJ Ranger. How are you doing? I hope you're having a splendiferous day. Today's been pretty good. Got a lot of things done, which are good. And now I got some time to do some bonus streams because I didn't get a video out this week because of the collab that is coming out on whatever that day is called, Friday. So that's good, and good to see that you're doing great too. I am going to figure out how to draw a background because I'm not well practiced in that, and I also want to make sure we give CatNap a reasonable size in terms of his relation to the buildings, because it's already, I feel like I already made the stones too big on the ground. That really makes CatNap feel smaller, so I might redo those come later after I do the background. How do I want to do this? Because it's a pretty straightforward angle. Maybe I can do something like that. I don't know. It's like a dead-on angle, so really the buildings would look like they're like just flat. So, I'm trying to figure out how to do this. I'm gonna go on, what is that called? Pinterest, and see if I can look up Steamwork buildings. Steamworks. No, Steampunk. Steamworks is a Poptropica island. Steampunk landscape. Alright, Pinterest, help me out here. That's a lot of gears and detail. Okay, here we go. That looks good. A lot of this looks AI generated, which I don't love. Like, it's so hard to understand, like, what makes a building, because it is, oh, that was an image. Can I make this bigger? Okay. Like, all these buildings just look like blocks, so it's hard to really give it the detail. What am I planning for the background? It's hard to explain-ish, but I'm just kind of like a row of buildings in the background, just to like fill out the landscape a little more, because it's a little more just generic steampunk, but this original plan was based off of the video game Lies of P, which came out earlier this year, I believe, and so I'm just trying to fill it out like that and just give it some life. Making an alleyway there helps a little bit, actually. So, and then like that, and then, all right, that gives it a little bit of depth with it, which I like. So that's good. This could be a long one. I have no problem with that. And then you could do the banister here, going out and around. Backgrounds are a bit of a tricky thing to draw. You gotta get the perspective right, and gotta make sure the details look right. I don't have a lot of experience with backgrounds, so I'm gonna try my best here, and hopefully I can get it done within this stream. Like I said, this whole stream is basically just a way for me to practice things I'm not too familiar with. But let's see what the chat has to say. Even the sketching phase, it looks incredible. Thank you so much. I'm glad you like it. This has been probably one of the longer drawings I've ever done. Second only probably to Lacka Zombies from earlier last month, I believe. So I'm glad a lot of people are liking it. That really means a lot. This is coming together nicely. Thank you, Galhound19, and welcome to the stream. Glad that you could make it. It was a bit of a last-minute decision on when I was going to stream. I just had to make sure I got everything else done today, which I have, and is good. It's like signs and like legend. Okay, can you stop touchscreen as being stupid? Yeah, there's like stuff on top. There's lots of windows. So I'm gonna block out a row of windows. Something like this. That way I can do this and this, and then just erase the insides like that. Alright, I think I can get rid of the lines for now. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. I like that. Oh, before I forget, today a new My Singing Monsters island called Magical Nexus was released. Maybe in the near future, you could use some of the monsters on Magical Nexus. Also, I know, right? AI is taking over art. Yeah, it's unfortunate. And I believe there's, like, Google just automatically throws in AI recommendations when you search for something, which I don't love, but I don't know how true that is. So don't take that as fact, what I just said. But if that is true, that is unfortunate. Those are some uneven windows, but it doesn't matter because they're going to be blocked by a giant cat. Right? Yes. As for the My Singing Monsters thing, I'll definitely take a look at what the new monsters are, because Magical Nexus sounds like a really cool place. So, working with like even one and maybe a variety episode could be a cool idea. So I'll definitely take a look at what the new island. Thank you for words are failing me. Thank you for bringing it to my attention, because I also saw your comment on the what was it, the collaboration announcement. I think it was the one I put up today. I just never got a chance to respond. I'm sorry for that. Would love to see your take on famous cartoon characters in other cartoons. So, like, almost like a style swap. Like, obviously changing their stories to fit, but, like, drawing, let's say, like, Looney Tunes in anime style. Something like that. That could be a really cool video idea. Yeah, so this is below the smoke, so it'll be a little more, like, put together and air quotes concrete in terms of its structure, but up here it's going to be more like wooden planking, and it's not like completely finished yet. And then some of the windows are also going to be broken out, something like that maybe. That could be cool. Yeah, I like that. So this is above the smoke, so wooden planks like that. Hey KyngPin, have you thought more about the possibility of a My Western Academia episode 2? Because I can make a few suggestions if you like. That's I haven't really like actively thought about it since the I believe you asked last stream we were talking about it. If not the stream, whenever the last time was. I haven't put too much active thought into it just because I've been working on the collab and the community redraw, but I have at least one character in mind if and when that gets in episode 2. And I believe there was one you suggested the first time that I didn't get around to in the first episode. Which I believe was Mina Ashido. So that's also in the back of my mind. But if you have other suggestions, I am open to hearing them. Alright. Now comes the issue of I'm going to keep sketching this because I'm afraid to go into the line art phase. would you just be the same thing? I'm not really getting... So, like, some of them have domes, actually, I'm realizing. So what if I just do... It's going to make no sense, but I'm going to put a dome up here with, like, a little spike on the top. Because variety. And then, like, this is just... So, like, there's nothing like that special, at least from what I can see from this 1080p of a video game. I'm not seeing anything special in the architecture that's really just like, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm sure I could find a better image, but I don't want to just sit here scrolling through a YouTube video that you all can't see just to find a good idea. I just need any part where I'm close, where we're closer to some... Oh, wait, here we go. Okay, the windows are just kind of ornate, and that's it. Alright, I'll put a big old door right here. You happy? Is that steampunk for you? Okay, big columns. Bit like you won't see the steps, that's fine. Just circular door frame, rectangular doors, that makes sense. And then just like these big arches. Like I don't want to say it like that. It's not like I want to overdo it on the background, especially since most will probably be hidden by either the fog or CatNap himself. Like, let's look. That's pretty good detail. There's some empty space here and here, which we can work on, and a little bit of the alley. But overall, there's a nice foundation. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Just add a few more details. I still have to check out Lies of P. Lol. Yeah, it's a... okay, I don't want to say it's a fun game. It's a very beautiful looking game. I really love the aesthetic and the designs of everything. However, I'm not big on Souls-like games. I just find like the mechanics to be clunky, and the game is basically unfair. And that makes it fun, I guess, for people, just not for me. I've tried playing it. It's enjoyable ish to play with my friends, but overall it's not a type of game where I'm like, okay, I have a little bit of extra time, let me sit down and play this. Just if I have free time, I'm not going to spend it stressing out over a game. Okay, then you should probably make the buildings a bit taller so that CatNap doesn't look like a kaiju robot. True. I don't want him to look like a kaiju robot, but I do want him to seem bigger than normal. It's a little... That's what the building's a little bigger. How does that look full? Not quite. Is that good? I kind of like it at that. I think that's a reasonable size. I probably just literally put it back to how it was before. I don't even... It looks like it might be the exact same as before, if not only slightly bigger. I don't know. I just kind of think that works well enough. Smoke. Yeah. It's not horrible. It's really difficult trying to find the right way to do this. We need window. We have window. We could probably benefit from more window, but I'm lazy. Even though everything about steampunk is, like, at least from the game, is just window. There's nothing, this entire game is windows. It really is. That's absurd. Okay, let's draw like a balcony. Balcony over here, something like this. That's not how any of that works. Okay. Maybe if I do this, like that. Yeah. Oh, I have my... Okay. So, like, there we go, balcony, and then, like, oh, a doorway. And then that adds something different, even though this looks like it is shoddily built and can collapse at any moment. I don't know, this stuff on an angle is hard. That doesn't look right. Never mind, the buildings look good. Oh, okay. Well, that's good, because I'm pretty sure I put them in the exact same places they were before. Raw Zebra can make some amazing things, but he can also make nightmare fuel. Is that referring to the drawing, or is that something from the My Singing Monsters? There, now we gave the building a little, like, hat thing, I guess. And we'll leave that flat one. That's the one that has the dome on it. So we'll also give it just, like, some ornate cornerstones like this. And just be like, hey, look, it's a fancy building now. Something like that. It doesn't look too bad. I still don't know what I'm putting here, but we'll figure it out. Looney Tunes characters as My Hero Academia villains. Looney Tunes as villains or superheroes could be cool. I like that idea. Alright, so a lot of these I'm seeing windowsills too. Well, first off, they're like tucked into the wall, so it's more so something along these lines where it's like, and then boom, and then here's the actual window, and then there's just like extra stone around it. Also seeing like some ornate patterns just on the walls. I'm trying to get these buildings to look a little more than just like, here's a couple of squares. So I'm trying my best to just throw some detail into it that I might not have noticed before. Like, I'm trying to really keep a keen eye on, you know, just like the design choices of steampunk. I think that's a good rough out, actually. I'll maybe fix some of the windows, but like I said, anything above the smoke is going to be a little more dilapidated. So this might be a good place to, not that, group them together, lower the opacity, and then go in with line art. As someone who doesn't watch anime, I don't understand a single thing. Nothing too unique. Yeah, I'm not... So, I'm noticing in my art journey that picking out details is not one of my strong suits. Like, understanding, like, design choices. I don't... It's hard to explain. It's very hard to explain. but like I'll look at like the steampunk and be like, oh, okay, it's just basic buildings. And then, as you can see, as I'm giving a little bit more thought and attention to it, I'm like, oh, there's this, that, and the other thing that makes it up, makes it steampunk. I just realized I just left CatNap chilling there for an unnecessarily long amount of time. Alright, so something like this. I'm trying, like, the angling of these boards down here are really, really weird. Because I have to get them right, and then I also have to put in the little stakes that give it support. But I also have to make it look 3D. And also draw really tiny but straight lines, which is a lot easier said than done. Something like that, and then... Oof, okay. Can we get a regular background? Okay, that's going to make things a lot easier. Going to use the live stream to my advantage and zoom in a lot more than I could on a regular video. Let me throw up the lines. All right, so none of this is actually going to be seen. Good to know. I'm wasting my time on nothing. Which isn't the best mentality, because if I want to like animate this or make like motion graphics of it, I should obviously try to put as much as possible into the drawing, whether it's seen or not. But also, I don't care enough. Holy, that art looks sick. Thank you. If you're up for ideas, how about Endeavor as a bounty hunter with a flamethrower, or Spinner as a blade? Or Spinner, the character, as a blade-swinging bandit with bad skin. How's that? Those are both really cool ideas. If I can... I have to do a little more research, because like I said in the first video, I'm behind. So, based on where that story left off, I got to figure out how to work both of them into the story. But I like both those ideas, especially the Endeavor one. Because I think one thing I didn't really do a great job was incorporating different abilities into each of the characters. Like, I kind of did, but I think I could have done a better job being like, oh, this cowboy looking guy can do this, that, and the other thing. Where I definitely could improve on that on the first round. Alright, that kind of looks like a wooden plank, and with color it'll look better. Once again, most of this will not be seen. I'm gonna try this. Add you in here. And then I'm going to take you and just kind of create like... not so much a like hat like I did for up here. Just kind of like a banister where it's just like, oh, here's a little, I don't know, rain protector thing, so the windows don't get all fogged out in the rain. Something like that. No. That needs to, if you're doing that, you gotta come all the way down this way. And that's really hard to do on an angle. That kind of looks like it's heading in the right direction. I feel like I did not, starting to feel like I didn't sketch enough to, justify moving on to the line art layer. Oopsies. Once again, not going to be seen, so I can kind of taking my time. I'm realizing I'm basically drawing a whole nother picture right now. So this stream might go a little longer than I anticipated. Because I'm adding a lot more detail than I expected, but I want this to look really good. Well, it's getting late. My end. I need to start catching some Z's, so catch you next time. Bye. See you later, Galahound. Hope you have a good night. Wait, I just realized something. There's a movie about a British rat getting flushed down a toilet, and a French rat movie where a rat becomes a chef. Raw Zebra is a person in the My Sing Monsters community. Highly recommend him. Very good animator. Oh, nice. Animator? I'll definitely check him out. That sounds awesome. As for the two movies you just mentioned, I've seen Flushed Away. I've never seen Ratatouille. That's really all I can say on that. That is... Alright, looking good. Nope, no longer looking good. Alright, draw this window, give it the same treatment as the other thing. That being said, should... This window's kind of actually come down to these bumps in the architecture, like that. So I think I'll do that. It's really weird too because I faded out some of this line art, and so it looks really weird without the context of the glass being there. It's looking a little lopsided, but it's fine. Hoi! Sorry for late respond. I just now I saw it and hope you liked my MLP Cyberpunk. It was so cool. I did see it in the Discord. It looks so good, Ark. That was an amazing job. I really loved the rendering on it, especially like I like how you rendered all the different materials. It turned out so good. I'm not gonna hark on all this because it will not be seen, but it's fine. I'm thinking of doing like a window inside, so it's like pushed back a little bit. But it's really hard for me to kind of like grasp how it should look. Something like that. Even though I might add more lines to it later on. Let's see. It's looking good. It feels it feels like it's curving up a bit, which is I'm okay with that because we can use that to our advantage as like a fish lens kind of thing. So yeah, we'll run with the small lopsidedness of everything going on here. Alright, technically, that's our first building done. That's not true. I didn't draw on the windows. Let's try that. Just make this one big thing. One continuous column going across. And then obviously there's interruptions there. And then I take this and I go, hey, 1, 2, 3. Window. That doesn't look bad. That one looks a lot better than the other ones. The other day, my dog pooped in my room, and I have my window open, even though it's raining, because it still kind of smells. Don't worry, no water's ending. Well, good that no water's entering. Everything else, not so much. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you can get the smell out soon. Because smells lingering in a room are not fun. I had to deal with that with roommates when I was in college. It was not the best of times. Yeah, that particularly was not fun. Nope, don't like it. Oh, wait. Bring back the... Really? It's a thick line. It's a really thick line. It's okay. It's fine. I'm fine with it. No big deal. Should I be... trying to figure out if I should be working on the background or the foreground first. Especially since some of this is meant to be dilapidated. So like I should do this, draw this in, draw in the dome. But then like here it's like cracked open. Something like that, and then like here and here. And it's something like that. And then short. Let's say something hit it and it's bent. No, that looks dumb. There we go. That looks better. Famous superheroes as Poppy Playtime monsters. Where are my sticky notes? There they are. Famous superheroes as Poppy Playtime monsters. How would that one work? It's an interesting idea. I like it. Just trying to think about how that would work. Because how, what would they turn into? Like, you could base them off animals, give them some kind of gimmick. So like, Batman would obviously be like, can't think of the word. What would Batman be as a toy? Like a stuffed animal. It's like on the tip of my tongue, but I can't think of what it would be. I'll come back to it. But yeah, that could be cool. That could definitely be something, a cool idea to work with. Can you draw a straight line for me, please? Close enough. Nope. What did you just do? I tried to draw a straight line and the thing jumped. There we go. I love the drawing. How are you? And so much better at buildings. Please teach me your ways. I don't know. Unfortunately, I don't know my ways. I'm kind of... So, right now I have a still image of, like, just lies of P. Just kind of like the environment. And I'm just referencing that and just kind of picking apart what I see. In terms of the... What's it called? In terms of the... How... Like, what's going on. If that makes any sense. Like I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, so this is how the buildings interact. This is what's here that separates each floor from each other. And just kind of roughing out what I see. Starting with basic shapes and then kind of building them in more and more. And then just like adding more and more detail until we're in the final phase. That made any sense. And then I'm also trying to get some like dilapidation in here. So that like it looks run down and abandoned, kind of like Playtime Co. Factory. Though the CatNap guest never really like gave hallucinations and made things look better than they were. That would have been cool to explore. Being like, oh, everything looks nice and dandy here, but oh no, the smoke faded and everything's a nightmare. Actually, it was quite the opposite. It's like, oh, everything looks kind of fine, and oh, here comes the smoke. Now everything's a nightmare. Especially this thing. This is a nightmare. I don't know if any of you have played the 3rd chapter of Poppy Playtime, but CatNap is horrifying. Just an absolute monstrosity. But that being said, also a really effective villain. I really do think, despite any issues I had with it during playing it, I'd say it was a very effective chapter. Probably the best one. Why is steampunk square? Because square. Is that something I said? I feel like that's something I said. Lies of P, Huggy Wuggy next. That would be a cool one. I think people have also suggested Dog Day to come next, which would be really cool. I would love to continue this as a series. Maybe not as intricately designed as this one. Maybe they would just have standard video backgrounds instead. Or I can try with more abstract stuff. I think would be cool. But yeah, doing Huggy Wuggy and Steampunk would be awesome. You could do a lot with the arms. Like make the arms like in sections so they like swing around and can expand and contract. That would be really cool. But whatever Poppy character we wind up doing next, most likely won't be the next stream. Someone suggested something the other day that would make that I think I really want to do for a stream. Only because something relating to that is going to come out soon, and I want to stay on my toes with that one. and I want to get ahead of the game before anything else happens. Although I gotta figure out how to do that one in particular, because when I did it for a video, it took very long to do, and it wasn't anything I could do. Like, I was exporting something that took very long to export, so I gotta figure out how to do that either on stream or very soon off stream, so that it doesn't impede any time working on other videos. Although I can say I am slightly ahead of schedule, which I like. But gonna use that ahead of schedule time at the moment to work on the redraw, which I don't have a specific date yet, but I'm shooting for the 8th for the redraw. Just because I need to, while I am ahead of schedule, the collab is definitely going to, I need to take time from the collab to get back onto my regular schedule, if that makes sense. Where did we leave off? As someone who uses the fill tool, I like trains. I've tried the fill tool before. It doesn't work for me. Only because it leaves some kind of weird outline between everything. So, like, if I were to do this, use the fill tool, which I don't even have up. I have it switched out with the gradient tool. But if I did that, bad example. If I did that, you can see, if you look real closely, there's a line that it doesn't get filled in. Well, there's also that. And I'm sure it has something to do with just the way my fill tool is, but I've never really picked up a different way of doing it. My method might take a little bit of time, but I'm fine with the results it gives, so never really had any other reason to go in and try to fix the bucket tool. Lies of P Huggy Wuggy. I have a question. If you were drawing my MLP Cyberpunk, how would you do it? I feel like the pose would be better and building for MLP. And how is your day going? Are you hydrated? I am hydrated. As for how I would do MLP, I don't know. I've only done one other MLP My Little Pony drawing, and that was turning the fear of flying into a My Little Pony character. Only because I thought, like, oh, a Pegasus with the fear of flying would be a really cool idea. But even with that one, I struggled with the pose a little bit, so I'm not great when it comes to the My Little Pony stuff, so I really don't know how I personally would do it. I think you did a really good job with it. Especially, I really liked the pose because it showcased a lot of the design elements of the character, which was really good. So that's what you have to do. And I remember hearing Popcross talk about this. I just forget where. But there's like depending on what you're doing, there has to be a balance between the posing and the designs of it. So like Popcross said, when he does superhero stuff, he focuses more on the posing. That would oftentimes cover a lot of the design details. And then for other stuff, he would do a less dynamic pose so he can show off more of the details. don't know how I'm feeling about this building in particular. Oh my gosh, we still have to flat and shade all of this. We've been going for an hour. Alright, this stream's definitely going to be a lot longer than I intended. That's fair. That, or we can make it a part 5. Oh no. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that actually looks really good. I'm very happy with that so far. And oh wait, look at this. Look at this here with the glass. You could see it coming through the glass. That's so cool. Oh, the background, drawing a background was a good choice. Oh yeah, you are drawing another picture. I basically am. It is a lot. I might just forego the whole smoke idea, where some of it's dilapidated. Like I'll leave the damage here and elsewhere, but overall making it like split, I could maybe still stick with it. We'll see. How about Poppy Playtime monsters as SCPs? You could do Huggy Wuggy, Mommy Longlegs, and Boxy Boo. That's cool. I would, if I did though, I would probably choose different characters only because I used both Huggy Wuggy and Mommy Longlegs in the variety episode I did. And so if I did another Poppy Playtime episode, at least to start, I would want to work with different characters just to give a little bit more variety. While you're reading my Raw Zebra comment, let me just inform you that Magical Nexus has an amazing song. You should listen to it. Also, by the way, there are 37 monsters on Magical Nexus, excluding rares. Okay, that's cool. Okay, I'll definitely check out that song. What's the Magical Nexus song called, so I know for what to look for after the stream? I would listen to it on stream, but you know, copyright. Don't want to get in trouble with YouTube. Anyways, the backgrounds are coming along great. Thank you. Are you going to do another Poppy Playtime character in Cyberpunk? I have ideas for Venom characters in Cyberpunk. Ooh, that would be cool. Venomize or steampunkizing. I don't know how to say it, but like drawing Venom characters in steampunk would be really cool. I'm sure at some point I'll definitely do another Lies of Poppy Playtime video, because this is, despite it taking much longer than I anticipated, it's been really fun to do and watch it come together. So I'm down for doing this as a series, kind of like how Dempsey has the Kaiju Ben 10, the Ben 10 Kaiju series on his live streams. So like, we could always do something like that, and every once in a while come back to it and be like, boom, another Poppy Playtime character. This isn't going to be seen. This is exactly where the leg is, isn't it? Curses. It's fine. It's fine. The detail will come in handy later. I'm starting to wonder if I should have just done the background first and then drew. Okay, maybe not first, but like usually what I'll do during a video is I'll do the drawing, I'll do the line art and the flatting, and then I will go and do the background and then shade the actual foreground of the character itself. It wouldn't really have diminished the workload, but it would have just made it all kind of blend together instead of, okay, the character's done, now we have to do everything from the start for the background. Especially since I can feel my lines getting a little more shaky. Overall, though, that still looks really good. I'm proud of that. I'm happy with this. Despite, you know, some of the windows missing. Window! It's the third time in the last few months. Oh. Maybe Batman could be a bat plush toy. Oh, that'd be a good idea. I couldn't think of that before. But that's a really good idea. Don't fall, please. Okay. Phone almost hit the ground. For me, a lot of times I finish the background first, then I go with everything else, because backgrounds can control how characters work and the poses and even the colors. That's true. And that's why, for the most part, I like to keep everything changeable. So if I do decide, oh, well, these colors don't work together well, I could just pop into the respective layer and be like, all right, change this, instead of having to reflat the entire project. Okay, intense focus. I do not like drawing repeat patterns. Like this, like snake scales, it's just like... While it's worth it in the end, the repetitiveness of doing this and making sure they're the same size and the same shape and follow the same curve, it is rough. Like, this is not perfect at all, but it's not the main focus, so I'm not too bothered by it. And with shading and everything, it'll most likely be better. Alright, it's not great, but it's passable. For me, a lot of times, Spider-Man could be a prank spider. Oh my goodness. Prank spiders are mean. I apologize for not talking. I'm just really trying to focus. That's not the right perspective, but it's passable for me at least. Minecraft-ish. Alright. I'm okay with that. Get rid of that. And then we can begin flatting, which is kind of... It'll be like a dull gray, bluish kind of. Something actually similar to what we've got going on here, except maybe a little lighter. And for the most part, I'm thinking of just making it the same color across all the buildings, so we don't have to go in with 50 more layers. So this will be the base of the main buildings, and then we can throw in different colors, I think. Yeah. Maybe make them action figures that Playtime Co. planned on selling. That could work for the Poppy Playtime one. Straight line, no. Not straight, yes. Yeah, there's not many straight lines in this background, but it's okay. If we don't point them out, people won't notice. Detail is key. Yes. Detail is key. Detail makes a lot of things. What's best, and what I'm trying to learn to do, is fake detail. So throw in lines that up close look like nonsense, but when viewed as a whole, they act as a rendering tool. Wait, all you would be the same color of stone. And honestly, if I'm being honest, everything besides that door should probably be the same color. Yeah, and then... Yeah, and then with shading, that'll... And then technically, like... It's like... Because I don't want to do 1,500 layers again, but at the same time, I want to make sure the colors look good. And there's a sense of depth to the piece, meaning I would have to probably go with a different set of colors, or like slightly different shades as further the buildings go back. So yeah, that's really looking too blue now. Lay down our first layer of flatting, and then we'll see what we should do. Well, I really wish I finished the line art because I have no idea what I'm looking at here. Okay. Let's draw in a few more windows just to make the actual background look cohesive. Like, I understand why I didn't just draw what I saw, but that is coming back to bite me, so. Like, even if it's not perfect, still kind of want the lines so I have a rough idea of what the heck is going on. Straight line, please. All right, now as a whole, that looks really good. KyngPin, is that a xenomorph catnap trying to break into your house? I sure hope not, because I can't afford to be put to sleep at the moment. I got a stream to do, so nightmare gas isn't really on my list of priorities right now. So if it is a xenomorph catnap, I hope he stays outside. Because I would like to finish this tonight, but it's pretty... What I'm... Depending on how far we get within the next hour-ish, I might just finish off whatever we don't get to off stream. Hello? Okay, that was weird. Just kind of stopped working for a second. Whatever we do, I might have to finish off stream depending on how far we get. Also, pay no mind to the fact that the windows are different. This one's a little higher. It's all okay. It's all a design choice. Dilapidation. Yeah, dilapidation. Just mean like run down. Like I want the city to feel old and like broken. So I'm trying to make some of the parts of the city a little more worn and torn than other parts, just to show like the actual city itself is crumbling. I don't even know what I'm filling in anymore. Okay. That was so many twists and turns that it eventually got confusing what I was trying to deselect. The reason I'm doing it like this is I'm going to make these bars a separate color. Or like the, not the bars, but like the like little concrete lining. I'm going to make them like maybe grayer. Yeah, just got to get rid of the windows now. I'm back. My phone lost signal. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Usually I'm the one losing Wi-Fi that kicks everyone else off the stream. And I've only had that problem with this specific drawing. So, it's weird. have to get rid of that as well. But overall, I think this is coming along nicely. I'm just going to select this whole building, and then I can deal with what I want to keep later. Scared the living daylights out of me when that jump scare in the office and I was watching a video. Oh. I'm sorry to hear that. Jump scares are the worst. But I will say, if that is in relation to when I was talking about Poppy Playtime Chapter 3 earlier, that game had some effective scares in it. Like, some really good parts where I'm just like, oh, I don't want to go in there. I.e. the entirety of the Mr. Light fight. Or chase, whatever you want to call it. That was dreadful. Okay. So I'm going to copy this. Desaturate and make them darker. I think it's darker. Maybe change the hue a little bit to match the blue sky a little more. And then we're going to use those for the two buildings in the back, and then we'll see. To be honest, I'm always afraid that I don't add too much details in the background because they would draw attention too much why I don't need them. I'm sad about Dog Day. Yeah. That's my thing too. I've noticed art or line art wise, my style is very cartoony. But when it comes to shading, it's a lot more painterly. So I do a lot of the shading or a lot of the detail within the shading phase. So when it comes to stuff like this, like frankly, this is just kind of overwhelming for me because I'm not used to adding so much detail in the line art phase. Actually going to make this one back here an even darker color. So I'll just keep you as is. And then change up the second guy. I don't want it to have too many layers, so I gotta kind of wishing I started streaming earlier. I'm getting very tired. If you want to do it, I'll watch. Imagine Poppy Playtime monsters as demons. That would be cool. Anything demon related I'd love to do again. Really get not 50 and 51. Give them their time to shine again. It's been a little too long. just select you and you, oppose you, and then just go. No, there's too much in the way. This way. I don't have to select anything. I could just do it myself like that. Boom. Depth. I've added depth to the piece just by simply changing the colors. That's good. In fact, I'm going to cheat a little bit, and I'm just going to make the tops of these roofs the same color as here, because I can. Oh, wait. Confused me there for a second. Boom. I don't know. These aren't really given the same type of feeling that I was envisioning. I might have to switch up the colors a little bit. Let's do the wood. Yeah, see, if I go desaturated, I can add more yellows to it, which is what I was hoping for from the beginning. Yikes. Zooming in, these line arts are not good. Well, no, they're fine. They're not, what's the right word? Precise, I guess, would be the right word. Like, they work well for what they are. They're just not super clean and whatnot, which line art doesn't always have to be. Like, from a distance, you really can't tell. No kidding, 8th of April, that's good. Yeah. Yeah, I draw over that line. I've always been a person who just wants other people to be themselves. Oh, definitely. Oh, there we go. I keep zooming in on the wrong window. Yeah, being yourself is definitely important because there's only one you. And what? What is going on here? Let's try this again. Something happened with the line art there. All right, slight better fix. As someone, I'm probably one of the few optimistic people in the world. There are lots of optimistic people in the world. You just have to find them. So it's very easy to find negativity and hate and all that, but there is still good in the world. It's just you have to be looking in the right places. It's not something that really anyone will show. What the heck happened there? Oh. That was just Photoshop being stupid. But yeah, like, there are positivity pages on like Instagram and good news all over the world. That it's just not the main thing people are showing, unfortunately. tiny details. I kind of regret this a little bit. It looks so good, but at the same time, oh my gosh, there's so much. All right, if I move these down to a more yellowish, like this. I think that's more what I'm going for. And then I can leave the ones in the back getting more blue, because that's what the sky looks like. Yeah. And then I can make the grates here more grayish and make these bluer. Like that. Like almost granite, kind of. Yeah, because using this blue as an accent, I think, works better than as the main color. And for the most part, that'll take care of the flatting. We still have a little time. I think this bonus stream is going to be about 2 hours in length. Just because it started a bit later than I wanted to, and I underestimated how much energy I had, or overestimated how much energy I had left today. So we're going to get as far as we can, and then I'll probably spend tomorrow finishing it up. And then I shall post it for the world to see. And then come Sunday, we can start a new project. Yeah, that doesn't look bad. Who agrees here that CatNap is the most terrifying Poppy Playtime villain ever made? In terms of main villains, yes. But I think overall scariest out of all of them, Miss Delight is not fun. Miss Delight is horrifying. Her chase is exhausting, especially if you skip the lore notes and don't know how to play. And excuse me. And what was the last thing? Oh, the lack of checkpoints in her chase is awful. The fact that if you die at any point during her chase, you have to go back to the beginning is dreadful. I wonder if I can get away with making the dome the same color. Let's try it. That or we can make it a part 5. Oh no. Yeah, the only reason I'm hesitant to make it a part 5 is because I don't think there's enough. Regardless as if we finish it in this stream or not, I just don't think there's enough going forward to make another stream out of it. But on the other hand, there's just enough where pushing the stream longer would just be too much for me personally, just like on a day like today. Like, I only have, I don't know, hard to explain. I'm gonna have to adjust those colors. It's too bright of an orange. Yeah. Way too saturated. That's good, but then you should also be reversed. Yeah. So far, it looks great. It's just gonna take a little more time to shape. Whoa. Let's see how it looks with the smoke on. Not bad. What is that? What the heck is that thing? Hello? Where did you come from? Oh, was that the... Oh, no, definitely don't want that. Oh, it was the Alistair Slenderman combo that I quickly drew for someone who suggested. I think that was in, like, part 1 of the stream. Jeez, I can't believe I never deleted that layer. Yes, let's go. Part 5. We can talk with you more, and I love your style. What would you like me to draw for you? A potion brewing duck. If you're looking for something to draw, draw a duck with a witch hat and with a potion. Not a potion. Yeah, a duck with a witch hat brewing a potion. If that makes sense. I think maybe I think I'll maybe do that. So like at the start of every stream, I give a prompt out for people to draw, and then by the end of the live stream, just like showcase what people have drawn. And then, you know, it doesn't have to be finished, but like, hey, here's what people were able to draw in the time that I was drawing. What am I going to do for the windows? The windows are light colors. Light, warm colors. Unfortunately, I think that means I'm gonna have to individually do all those, unless instead I do this, copy that, do a solid color in all the windows I want, because it's definitely not that one, because that's above the smoke. Well, no, that's still in the smoke, actually, so I'll do this, and then I'll go in with a separate layer and do all the white rings around them to make it appear like they're all separate gradients. But to save on file space and my sanity, they'll just be 2 layers. Smart thinking. Imagine an amazing digital circus in Resident Evil. That could be cool. I am thinking... I've started thinking about what I want to do for the next Amazing Digital Circus episode, since the A new episode is scheduled to come out sometime in May, according to Glitch themselves. So, would really love to work with that again. But I've venomized almost all the characters, so can't continue that series. So I gotta figure out what to do. Yeah, I like this. I like the shattered windows. Especially since I can kind of go a little crazy with how the shapes look, just by randomly using the brush tool, or I'm sorry, the lasso tool, and then leave some of the bars in there. Oh, this is cool. And then maybe like this one wasn't even completely broken; it's just there. And what if this one just has no window? I know I do need to, so those are technically, that's the background, so I do need to add in another color under that before the broken glass part. Messing Monsters isn't copyrighted. It's music in a game. The monsters make the music. It's called The Island's Name, Magic Nexus full song. Oh, yeah, that's actually a good point. It wouldn't be copyrighted. We might need a part 5. I'm sorry. I underestimated how long this would take. I'm so sorry. I wanted to move on to something different next week, but depending, we'll cause I mean, obviously, with just the nature of live streams, it's gonna take longer overall. But even still, like, this is taking so much longer than I expected. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna do that because that's part of the window that's outside of the smoke, but this little part right here that is actually within the smoke is gonna be lights on. And it'll show that transition between the two. I don't know, is that stupid? Alright, that looks pretty dilapidated. I don't know. Oh, that's why I did it with the smoke on them. Because I'm like, why did I leave the smoke on? That made it so much harder. It's because I needed to know where the things were. The Pokemon as Ben 10 aliens or Ben 10 aliens as Pokemon. That could be cool. I do want to do... I think I mentioned this in the last stream. I would love to do another Pokemon episode because I don't love how the first one turned out. The Has-Been Hotel as gym leaders. I would like to, and I've seen this on social media, like turn characters into Pokemon. So like the Ben 10 as Pokemon could be fun. Like Heat Blast, 4 arms, and just change their designs up a little bit. That could be cool. first thing to do is I want to grab the background, put you on top, make you kind of like multiply. I don't know if that's the best one, but I just want to gradually fade out the things in the back. And no, that's not right. It needs to be like overlay or soft lighter. Okay, we'll come back to that. That's not working out how I wanted it to. But I will do this. I'll add a gradient. And I really like this blue, so I want to keep this the main thing. A little bit lighter. And a little bit darker. Oh, wait, no, go back, okay. Okay. We got the flatting down. I think. It looks like it's done. So I don't know how long shading. Like I can't even give an estimate of how long shading is gonna take. But I also don't want to rush through it. I think maybe we call it here. Do a part 5 maybe? I mean, if we do a part 5 and we finish before the stream ends, we can always just have some fun and do some weird doodles. Or we can just go into the next stream. I'll think about it. I'll read some of the chat and I'll see what I want to do. I can feel the lines shake. Yeah, the more I look, the more I can see some little imperfection. Like, wow, up here is really bad. I'm not even going to flip the canvas. I'm too scared to. My phone is about to die. Gotta go. You all have a good day. Bye, Bonita Throckmorton. Hope you have a good day. Sorry I didn't get to say bye sooner. Hopefully if you come back and are watching the rest of the stream, you can hear me say goodbye. So, bye. I love drawing background, but I don't draw buildings. I like more like forests or hills or even space. Yeah, buildings are harder to draw solely because for more natural looking things, you can kind of get away with just like free-forming it. With buildings and like man-made structures, there's a very set way they look, so you can't really, if you're shooting for realism, it's really hard to get away with making like not straight lines or skimping out on some details, stuff like that. By Bonita intensely focusing. The tedium of it. Yeah, it's really tedious. Oh my gosh, there's so much chat I missed. Alright. Hey, I'm a yapper, so you can just read my many comments. Don't worry, I try to get through all of them. And do you ever feel like you're in the zone and you stop for a second and you're like, what happened to time, and you're doing an amazing job? Oh, I have another idea. We draw a character and you make them into a poppy creature. Oh, that could be cool. Or like just going a little more generic, like subscribers submit something and I turn them into, or subscribers draw their own stuffed animals and I turn them into something like that. I like where your idea is. But yeah, there's a lot of times I'm like in the zone and just like, oh, time's gone. And there's other times where I'm like, I can feel every meticulous line I'm making in this drawing. Some days drawing are a lot easier than others. Our Godzilla. Did someone mention Doors? Intense Doors music. Is that the Roblox game? I'm pretty sure. Sorry, I didn't want people to have a stroke. Nah, you're okay. I was able to make out what you were saying. KyngPin, is that a xenomorph crafty corn breaking into your house? You know what? I'm okay with that one. Crafty corn. I like crafty corn's design. The colors of her are really cool, and also she's the artsy one, so like a little bit of bias. Photoshop isn't photoshopping. Yeah, that's true. It happens a lot more often than it should. Poppy Playtime Maximum Venom. I did get a few comments about venomizing just a whole bunch of indie horror series. I believe it was Poppy, Garden of Ban. I can't think of any of the other ones. Doors, I think, might have been one of them. Someone gave me like a huge list of suggestions of just indie horror or mascot horror that I could venomize. And that would be a cool series. But that would be a lot. That would be over the course of a long time. Especially I'm trying to do every character like I did with Amazing Digital Circus. I have a weird question. Which Poppy Playtime character will most likely keep in your house to guard you or as a toy? Considering we have a few that aren't trying to rip our skin off, I'd go with Kissy Missy because she seems nice. Capable of defense a little bit. But not like... She's not horrifying. At least not horrifying looking. So like it's a balance between on your side and able to fight. Dog Day because he's dead. No, wait, is Dog Day dead? Not at least the bigger body one. I don't know if he's dead. We just kind of in the game you just kind of escape him and his fate remains unknown. SCP's venomized. That's a good idea. I believe Dempsey does some Amazing Digital not Amazing Digital Circus venomized SCPs, or like I could be misremembering, but it's like turning something into SCP and then going a step further and venomizing it, which I think is really cool. But venomizing actual SCPs, I'd have to check if anyone has done that before, but that's not a bad idea. Give me your liver. Oh no, that wasn't a threat. Didn't expect a live this evening. How's it going? It's going good, Dempsey. I only did this live as like a bonus since I didn't get a video out yesterday because of the collab on Friday. So I just wanted to hop in, just make sure everyone had enough content for this week. Didn't realize I'd have to make this into a 5th part stream because the shading is going to take forever and I'm tired. No, I will not give you a liver. It's bad for you. I would go with Missy. Yeah, Missy's a good... I think Missy is probably your best bet in terms of Poppy Playtime creature to defend you. How are you, Dempsey? Not bad. I'm glad everybody else is talking while I'm catching up with the comments. I'm so sorry that it takes me so long to read them all. I should maybe see if I can get a friend on to read the chat while I'm drawing. I know Ashley Nichols art and Michael Kovacs do that with the Honeycast. So maybe I'll do that, my own version of that. Just so people aren't waiting 30 minutes to get their comments read. I'm so sorry, everyone. Not bad, just sorting things out for a video this week and a few other bits. Jump scares equal nightmare fuel. Completely agree on that one. Hold up, I blink and it's a million times better. What? Thank you so much. Hopefully once we get the shading in on the background, it'll look even better because I'm aiming to have like brick texturing on the walls and even like faking a brick texturing. So if I go in my line art and then I just do something like Yeah, like even that, just like that. Okay, that was a bad example, but you get what I'm going for. Where it's just like not the full brick texture, but like something like this, where somebody could look at it and be like, oh, those are bricks. Like, kind of like how they do in cartoons. I haven't really understood how it works like that, but like, I want to do something like that. So it's like brick here, and a brick here, and then a brick here. And then you look at it from a distance, and you're like, hey, those look like bricks. But that is something I want to spend more time to get right. King, I have a question. Would you rather be in FNAF 1 style pizzeria or Poppy's? Oh my gosh. Okay. Playing Poppy Chapter 3 scared the ever-loving out of me. Playing FNAF VR scared the ever-loving out of me. That is a hard decision. Neither of them can really be reasoned with. Oh my gosh. FNAF. Maybe FNAF 1. Because you can just kind of because there's a definitive end. At each night, 6 a.m., you're out of there, you're safe. Poppy's is just like, okay, I'm stuck here and I keep going deeper and deeper into this factory. So FNAF 1 Pizzeria by just a slight margin. Just ever so slight. Put Amazing Digital Circus in Has-Been Hotel. That could be cool. TADC. I do have a video idea similar to that, with a similar concept that I've been wanting to do for a while, but just things have just been piling up more and more. And even when I'm like, what video should I do this week? I always forget about that one. But I really want to do a video like that. I think it could be a really cool series. Yeah. I have it written down. I just keep forgetting to refer back to it. Glad to hear that. Hope that keeps up. Stay hydrated. I'm hydrated. I know I've barely done this all stream, but I'm doing good in terms of hydration. Next time, don't procrastinate. Depth. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I really don't know why this one in particular is taking so long. Like the first stream, fine, all right, the Wi-Fi cut out. Not much I could have done there. The universe decided that stream was going to end when it did. That one was out of my control. The next one, I went into a new schedule because I'm trying to also spend Sundays with my family. So I stream a little earlier for a little less. And so we were only able to get, I think, up to flatting done on that stream. And a little bit of shading. And then on Sundays, we did shading and the ground. We finished shading and the ground. I'm like, okay, cool. And then I'm like, I want to do a background now. And so here we are. And the background still isn't finished. So it'll be a nice row on the live stream tab. Part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5. My goodness. If you don't understand me, I said, would you rather be a night guard in FNAF or Poppy Playtime employee in real life? Somehow you know about games. Well, now I'm hungry for pizza. Pizza would be good. I would love pizza. Yeah, no. If I'm an employee at Poppy Playtime or a night guard at FNAF, I'd take the night guard. The night guard has a slightly better chance of surviving. Slightly. So I'd fare slightly better in a pizzeria against 4 animatronics than a factory with dozens of toys. Dempsey, is that a xenomorph mommy's long legs trying to break into your house? I'll let you answer that one, Dempsey. What the heck happened here? Oh, it's Photoshop being stupid. Exactly. Nope, it's a Xenomommy long leg soup for my tea now. That's what it gets for trying to break in. I should have made some tea for this stream. That would have been nice. Dang it. Next stream. Next stream, I'll have a water and a cup of tea. Because that feels nice. There's this video called Monkey Driving a Golf Cart. Don't knock it till you try it. It made me happy. I think I've seen that one before, but I definitely want to look that up now. I love golf carts. I've driven a golf cart once, at least once. It's really fun. Monkey driving golf cart. Just the thumbnails are hilarious. I don't want to get copyrighted, so I'll turn that off. Oh, that's... You know what? Everyone deserves to see this. I'm putting this in the chat. Oh, that was a great... That's great. I finished the last of my horror and psychological thriller demons and posted them. Oh, sweet. Xenomorph prototype breaking in. Why are all these xenomorph Poppy Playtime creatures trying to break into our houses? Have you considered doing something bendy and the ink machine related? I'll be honest. I forgot about that series. I watched it. I watched Matt Pat play it when the first one came out. Never got through the second one. Never got to watch the second one yet. So yeah, I would love to work with something, because I imagine it could be very similar in terms of like rendering to venomizing stuff. So that could be really fun. And it's almost 1 a.m. So is night or sun in that area where CatNap is at? Oh yeah. I'm going with a more nighttime-y look, just because I don't think there's daytime in Lies of P. At least from not as far as we've gotten. At least not that I can remember. Maybe. For a moment I thought I saw the dancing toothless meme. Mob Entertainment likes torturing y'all. That's for sure. Also, with the fact that Miss Delight is a decaying toy with a mace and pencils that she calls Barb. Yeah, just Miss Delight alone would make me be like, nope, don't want to go to Poppy Playtime ever. Though I am excited for Chapter 4, which I think might be the last chapter, which would be cool. It's a man in a tuxedo. Oh, Alistair and Slenderman. I tried to draw it, but failed. Well, I think I said Slenderman fusion to Alistair. Then you tried to draw it. Yeah, I did try to. I think I just did a little doodle just for the heck of it, just to see what it could possibly look like. Amazing digital circus characters in Lies of P. That would be cool. So far, like 90% of live streams have just been either Amazing Digital Circus or Poppy Playtime related, which I find hilarious. But combining doing something with Amazing Digital Circus is fun, because I mean, Venom's kind of the same, but like for something like Steampunk or Lies of P, it would be different each time. I wrote Lies of Pi. I'm tired. Ah, yes, Lies of Pi. Yeah, definitely might have to call it soon. I'm going crazy. Did you mean a rubber duck or a normal duck? Just asking. That's up to you. I think either one could be cool, but I want you to decide if it's a rubber duck or a normal duck. Amazing Digital Circus as Poppy Playtime toy monsters. Oh, that'd be creepy. Like Ragatha, especially, since she already has that. Nope. I cannot talk and write at the same time. Since Ragatha has that toy, that ragdoll aesthetic, you could really do something with that. That'd be cool. Yep, I've done some and something as SCP and Venomized. Done both. Happy you to do it if you want. I'll definitely consider it, because that would be like Venomizing is by by view statistics, the most popular thing on this channel. It is the first, so it's the first two Venomized Circus, a couple other videos, Venomized Circus Part 3, followed by Five Nights at Venom's, and then also Five Nights at Venom's 2. So that's like 5, 6-ish Venomized stories. What's your opinion on Yokai Watch, and would you be okay in doing something with them? I've heard about Yokai Watch, but I'm not too familiar with it. I know, like, early in the channel's history, some people have mentioned it, and I've meant to check it out. I just never got the chance to. But, let me just look up real quick what it is. Because it's like, monsters and stuff. My memory's fuzzy on it. Yeah, that would be cool. Whoa, some of these things are really interesting. Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to doing something with these. They look cool. Except this one that looks like a dog with a human face. That's slightly horrifying. And now that I've suffered, you all have to see this too. What is that? It's creepy to look at. Also, I don't know what's going on up here. But these are some interesting designs. It'd be cool to work with them. Looney Tunes as FNAF animatronics. Also a really good idea. I don't think I've done Looney Tunes on this channel yet. I'm going to color it, not digitalized it. Sorry. No need to be sorry. I'm drawing a rubber duck. Awesome. That's cool. Like I said, you can do either one you want. I'm so excited to see how it turns out. And Poppy Playtime as Ben 10 aliens. I would want Boxy's as an alien. Boxy as an alien, just off the top of my head, would probably look similar to Blocks from Omniverse. So that'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be interesting. How much time do we have? I think we're gonna call it here, possibly. Like I said, I'm getting a little bit tired that I'm not writing cohesive words anymore, based on the suggestions you've given me. I have Poppy SCP, Poppy Venom, TADC Has Been, TADC Lies of Pi, TA Poppy, Looney Tune FNAF. Like, these are nonsensical at this point. So I think I'm gonna call it quits, get to bed, and then either put this as a part 5, which I'm not opposed to doing. Just every time I think we're gonna finish this, I'm like, ooh, maybe we can add just a little more. So there's that. And then tomorrow, I also, depending on what happens with this, I also continue working on the redraw, I believe. I keep thinking tomorrow's Thursday, which it is not. If you were a Poppy Playtime toy, what kind of toy would you be, and would you be good or bad? So, I don't know if I want to give this away yet. Nah, I will. If I was a Poppy Playtime toy, and this goes along with I have to sneeze. Excuse me. If I was a Poppy Playtime toy, I would be, I don't know if any of you are old enough to remember Doodle Bears, but they were these, and they had Doodle Monsters too. They were these like stuffed animal creatures that were able to be written on with like markers, and then you could just draw on them, and then when you throw them in the washing machine, it gets cleaned off. Let me see if I can find a picture. And because of that, I had one when I was a kid, and I also would, if I had to make a not How to Train Your Dragon, a Amazing Digital Circus OC, which I would like to do at some point. It would definitely be based off this. So this is what they looked like. This is what the Doodle Monsters look like, and it would come with like a marker where you can just like blue is not a good idea, but you can just like draw on it. So it's just be like, can you get? So it's like, oh look, here's a little octopus guy, and here's like cool fire and all that. And then when you threw them in the wash, well, that wouldn't happen, but the ink would get washed away. The monster would still be there. It wouldn't dissipate into out of existence, but they were always cool. So that would be my base design for a Poppy Playtime monster. And I'd probably, like, not a lot of the toys in Poppy Playtime are good. I would be good until the prototype draws angry eyebrows on my face, and then I become bad. That's my story arc. Oh no, I only just barely sketched. That's okay. I know you've been posting in the Discord, so I've always been looking there, and they've come out so great. Do you want to see it now before the streams? Yeah, show me what you've got so far, because I'd love to see it. That's amazing. That is so cool. It's really good on, like, so far the details are really good. I just noticed the skull in the jar. I love that so much. This looks so good. Nice work. Keep going. Keep going, Ark. That looks really good. But thank you all so much for watching. Keep an eye out for the community tab to figure out if this will be a part 5, which, if I really want to make the background look like really good, I could make another stream out of it. But I'll see what I want to do with that. So keep an eye out for the community tab, and I'll say, like, I'll do this on my own, or we can start. I'll put a poll out and see. Yeah, I'll figure out what to do. But thank you all so much for coming to this bonus stream. I know it was kind of like a last minute thing, but I'm glad you guys joined and glad we could talk. Other than that, hope you all have a great day, and I will see you on Friday for the artist collab. Take care, everybody.